Yeah, this is an interesting question actually. Is there actually an optimum time for fat burning, an optimum time for exercising for fat burning? Now, the answer to this is, based on our current understanding, is no, and that is because firstly, fat burning or using exercise to burn fat is going to be very different from individual to individual. So it's going to be very, very unique to each person's metabolic state, the amount of muscle mass that they have, also their age, their gender, their ethnicity. So there's lots of factors that contribute to how we lose fat when we exercise, and so those factors will differ from person to person. So it's very hard to choose one single time that applies to every single person. What's more important is that actually you try to stay in a state of negative energy balance, and I'll explain what I mean by this term. So in a given day, imagine if you're eating this many calories and you're only expending this many calories. Okay, so you're eating this many calories, you're only expending this many calories. This means that you have what we call a positive energy balance, because at the end of the day, your body will have the gap from here to here. It will have those calories that it must store somewhere in the body. Now, for weight loss, what we want to do is cause a negative energy balance. So we want to use more calories than we actually consume. And we can achieve this by obviously controlling the amount of food that we eat. So if we eat less calories, smaller portion sizes, fewer meals, and we exercise more, do more physical activity in our day-to-day life, then we can expend more calories than we are consuming. And this means that there is then a negative energy balance, and it means that instead of calories being stored, there's actually a lower amount of calories in the body than it actually needs. So you start to get weight loss, and weight loss starts to happen. You start to burn some of the fat that's stored in the fat cells. So it's more important to think about promoting negative energy balance to get weight loss. Now, one thing that is important in terms of timing of exercise is to make sure that you don't eat after you've had a very heavy meal. So you don't exercise after you've had a very heavy meal. So what you want to do is once you've eaten a meal, you want to wait for at least 2 to 2.5 hours for that food to digest, to be processed, and then exercise. And the reason for that is when we eat a meal, all of our blood is going to the digestive system to try and process that food, break down that food, get it stored to wherever it needs to get stored. And if you start exercising when a lot of the blood is going to the digestive system, then it means that the blood won't necessarily go effectively to your muscles, and you'll start to feel dizzy and not so well. So the recommendation is that you wait for the process of digestion to take place, and then you exercise when most of the blood can be drawn away from the digestive system and go to your working muscles. So that's very important. But in terms of optimum time for weight loss, it will vary from person to person, but most importantly, try to maintain the negative energy balance.